Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, here's another reason why we're failing in this spiritual journey, the enlightenment path, is because we are seldom curious about our own life. An enlightenment journey is about becoming personal to our own life and investigating why the pain is there in the first place. But that is not the case. We are only mostly curious about the world, curious about the people and their drama, isn't it? We want to know everything about the world and people, their drama, their struggle. And how can we resolve or dissolve the pain from our own life when our focus is always outwardly? Definitely, we are curious about figuring out how to live life to the fullest, how to dissolve the struggle, the pain, the fear. We have the idea that I want to live life without the struggle, and we're working. But the work also is about solving the relative problem. But it's not about solving or eliminating the fear from life. The effort is not quite there to figure out why we are struggling in the first place. Right now, the effort is the problem is there, some problem is there, and we are doing some work to resolve that problem. The resolving the problem is always on the surface, not at the root. And when the root is not dissolved, those suffering will resurface again. The fear will resurface again. And we are experiencing that all the time. And this is happening because we are not doing the work right. We're not putting the effort in the right place, or we're not putting the effort at all because our focus is outwardly. Our curiosity to understand the world, understand the people, why people are suffering, why the world are suffering. But we are never pointing the fingers at ourselves. Why am I suffering? Isn't it? The example here is, look, how much you are holding your phone and scrolling on your phone to be part of the worldly drama. If something happens in the world, you are automatically on the social media, isn't it? And you're scrolling your phone. Yeah, it's fun to be part of the drama. But does that help you to resolve your own drama? No, it doesn't help. Definitely you'll understand why people are struggling, why there's a conflict in the relative sense. And you understand that there has to be understanding about two parties to resolve the pain, resolve the conflict in the world. Even that even the world is acting in their part to dissolve the conflict, how that part is helping you to resolve your conflict. How the worldly solution is helping you to dissolve your problem. How being part of the drama of someone's life is helping you to dissolve your drama in your life. It just makes you the whole projecting out gives you more ideas in your head, isn't it? And when you are moving outwardly to be part of worldly drama, after sometimes you are conditioned to that. And you go more outwardly more and more. When you are conditioned to that. By the way, we are already conditioned to outward movement, isn't it? Because of the outward movement, we have a hard time being part of the inward movement. Notice your life. If you have been part of the spiritual practice for long enough, or if you're trying to be part of the spiritual practice, notice how tough you're experiencing to stay inward. Staying inward is already hard. Then there is a part that about understanding the nature of the mind by dismantling, tracing back the mind further inward. That part is not even there. So life is already conditioned to move outwardly. That's why we are curious about looking out to figure out the solution in some sense. But we are mostly looking out to entertain ourselves with the worldly drama. And no matter how much we put ourselves to be part of the worldly drama, no matter how much we entertain, that entertainment doesn't help us to dissolve the fear from our own life. Again, I tell you, it's fun, isn't it? Being part of drama is fun for you right now because your ego is loving it. There's a saying that one can see the lice in someone's house, but don't see the elephant in his own house. Why? Because we are always looking outward. We are always curious about the world. Now, when it comes to spiritual freedom, we have to stop. We have to step back, not stop, but step back from moving out so much and reversing that effort to the inward journey, looking at oneself, looking at yourself, and understanding why there is a fear in my life, why there's a struggle in my life, why the pain is never ending in my life. You have to make it personal by pointing your fingers at yourself. And that is the start. This is the thing. The fear, the pain, the struggle, the drama, the conflict is already exists in everyone's life. You got to accept that. If you don't see the pain in your life, you're just having fun right now. But if that fun is gone, eventually it will go away. But after that, what is left? Back to the pain, back to the struggle. Right now, every effort you're putting in your life is to maintain that fun. That means that effort is coming from the place of fear of losing the fun. So the effort is already coming from the place of fear. I hope you see that. So the fear is already there. Seeing the outer solution that is happening in the world to dissolve the conflict, worldly conflict, is not gonna dissolve the conflict and fear present in you right now. So be curious about your own life, about your own struggle, about your own fear, and work on it. And if you work on it, if you are thorough in your work, your thoroughness will help you to see the truth of who you are. You will see the plain sight truth. And this is where you have to work on your situation that you are in. There's a fear in your life. You work on your fear. Why? Why am I experiencing this fear? You have a conflict. Why this conflict is there in my life? There could be so many scenarios that you're dealing every day. No matter what comes in your life, you be direct to that experience and ask yourself, why am I experiencing this fluctuation? Why this scenario is making me angry, mad, sad? Why? And when you ask why, there's a reason for your fluctuation, reason for your struggle, reason for your fear that you have in your life. Why is the way to trace the mind backward, to figure out the root cause of all struggle. And the root itself is the mind, the preference, the belief, the attachment. And the belief, the preference is there because of the fear. And then you work on your fear. Ask yourself, why do I have this fear? Because of the unknown. Because the fear of being nobody. Because the fear of the death. Fear of being nobody, fear of death means you're back in the struggle. A fear of death, which means end of the fun. You won't have any more fun if you die, isn't it? So I'm giving you some of the clue, but this clue is just idea right now. And the idea doesn't help you to be free from your mind, free from your struggle. What you need to do is now you be thorough in dismantling your own mind. And if you are thorough, you start to understand how the mind come into existence and how the mind tortures you as an ego self. And if you can figure out the truth by tracing back the mind to no mind, then this whole backward process will help you to figure out the truth and also help you understand the world and how to put yourself in the world without getting affected by the world, and also without creating the further mental drama in your life. Okay, that's the way. Again, be curious about your own life. Yeah, it's all fun to be part of the world, being part of someone's life, but being part of the world, being part of the worldly drama, it's not gonna solve, it's not gonna help you dissolve the fear from your life. The fear, the inner struggle, you have to be part of yourself and you have to work on yourself, and that's the only way to be free. I hope this video makes sense, guys. Thank you for watching. Support this channel. Okay, that will be that'll help. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.